Hello everybody and welcome back to another Saturday rebuild, and today we are going to be looking at Leeds United, who have got off to a superb start this season in real life. Who would have thought that? Especially their last result, hey? Wow. Leeds United, let's have a quick rundown through their team and their history and etc. So generally, Leeds founded in 1919, they're a professional club obviously, currently playing in the Premiership. They have enjoyed their best spell during the 1970s. They also finished runners-up in the Champions Cup in 1975. Winning the English top division in 69 and 74 and 92, and are 5 times runners-up. They've also finished runners-up in the Cup Winners' Cup as was in 1973 and have won the FA Cup in 1972. So some good times in the 1970s obviously, and they've finished second best 3 further times. They look like they've got a very healthy balance as well. £46 million with a current season budget of 30 million. Wow, okay, there's something we can do with that. Nice. So as we can see, down in 2001, they finished 4th in the English Premiership, then took a bit of a dive down to the Championship, finishing as low as 5th in the Sky Bet League Division 1 before climbing all the way back, which last season they finished in 9th position. The club vision is play entertaining football, attacking football, and develop players using the youth system as well, as you probably would expect. Finished mid-table for a current season, reached the 5th round of the FA Cup, 4th round of the Carabao, and developed the best youth system in the country. Well, that might be slightly difficult, but you never know. So some of the transfers that have taken place, so all those dated the 1st of July will be the new ones for this new season. So Brendan Aronson from Salzburg and Christensen as well. Let's have a quick look at these. Actually, they look pretty good, actually. Very good potential. 20-year-old American, nice. And Christensen as well, who have we got? I mean, he looks pretty decent as well. Right, but they've got, it looks like they've got a reasonable side coming in. A Rocker from Bayern Munich. I didn't know that. DM. Wow. Okay, this could be quite an interesting rebuild. Tyler Adams from Leipzig as well. I mean, this could be very young as well. I mean, Dan James obviously from the season before. And also we got Sinistera as well from Feyenoord. 1.8 million. Wow, look at the pace on him. So looking at their current squad then, I think it's all in order already actually. It doesn't look as big a squad as I thought it was going to be, but they got Kiko Casilla, the goalkeeper, 34-year-old. Seems okay. I mean, the Meslier as well. The French goalkeeper is sure is going to be our number 1, I'm guessing. But some of the better players, Jack Harrison, left or right midfield, actually. Wow, okay. I don't think there's going to be much improvement to this side, I don't think. Stuart Dallas, possibly 30-year-old. He's worth £27 million. He's got a few years left on his contract, actually. So if we can get the best out of him for the next year or two, that'd be quite good. Sinistera, we saw Rocco scored. Rodrigo as well, £35 million. 30 years old, they're probably another player that we could look to move on as well. But he is here for another 3 years. So if somebody comes in for him, and if they are worth the valuation, then we might think about it. Dan James still here, 23 years old. Still very quick. But everywhere else is very much lacking, it has to be said. Casilla, is he still any good? I mean, he looks okay. If we do a comparison with our other goalkeeper, who is Meslier, they are lacking and excelling in certain parts. 21-year-old Ilan, probably our number 1 goalkeeper at the moment. Current prediction, we are predicted to finish 13th, 300 to 1. So if we can make a few more signings, and then we'll see if we can increase that up to the top half if possible. Right, with some of the money that we had, about up to £30 million, we decided to bring in one more player, Harry Winks from Tottenham. We paid quite a little bit more money for him than I would have liked. £20 million rising up to 24. However, I think he'll do pretty well, and it's a sort of signing that I think Leeds would make. 25 years old, quite a good prospect as well, to be fair. Very good mentally. Physicals looks even better as well, and I think he'll thrive in this Leeds United side, especially with a lot of youngsters around him as well. We are going to be currently playing this formation. It seems to be the best one available with the amount of players that they have got, and because they want us attacking football, we're going to go for it. We're going to have inside forwards, the left and right, both attacking. We're going to have an attacking forward as well. Rodrigo is going to be planted right behind the forward. I'm not sure whether to use him as a shadow striker or just keep him as an advanced playmaker. Harry Winks is going to be playing as a DLP in the centre. And we're going to put Struick in defence. He's a youngster. He's only 22 years old. I thought it was 21. It looks like his birthday has just happened. Again, very good prospect. He's 6'3", he can jump, he can head the ball as well. I think that's going to be pretty important. And again, 22 years old, if he can establish himself now and get these up, he's going to be a very, very solid player for the future. So the results so far, just the one loss against Grasshoppers early doors, 3-0. We had to get that one off our chest. So we played Feyenoord, Volendam as well. Geisley, a nice thumping 6-1 win. Werder Bremen as a 4-4 draw, that was quite remarkable, and then we hit the ground running in the Premiership. Villa, Leicester and Brighton all falling with a 2-0, 2-0 and a 3-1, and then Huddersfield in the Carabao Cup, which brings us a tie against Burton in the third round. We do play Man United next and Arsenal, so that's going to be kind of tough. We do sit pretty at the top of the table, which is quite nice, actually, to be fair. 7 goals, 1 against. So where does that put us, really, in the season preview? Have we climbed up a little bit? Well, we've gone up to 12th and 200 to 1. We were 300, I think we were, and a little bit lower down, I felt. I really wanted to get into the top 10, really, to be fair. We haven't got any players in here at all, but we do have to contend with the likes of Haaland and De Bruyne and Silva, Van Dijk. Well, it's quite a lot of players that we need to contend with, don't we? £2.14 billion spent in the transfers, £48 million Newcastle. In fact, Newcastle spent nearly £100 million on 2 players there. Zapata and Oscar. Wow. And Man City spending 43 on Aguero as well. So, without any further ado, let's get our first season underway. And we'll come back with Season 1's results. Wow, what a first season we've just had. We finished 5th in a Europa League spot as well. We just missed out on Champions League by 1 point. And we would have won that on goal difference as well. 20 wins, 6 draws, 12 losses, but 85 goals. I think that's the 3rd best in the league. We do concede 52, but a plus 33 goal difference. That is huge. Patrick Bamford has scored 27 goals. Quite some way off behind Haaland, but it's Haaland, isn't it? But he does finish ahead of Nunez, so that's good news. So our first meeting with the top 6, potential top 6, Arsenal. We absolutely thrash Arsenal 6-0. Sinisterra with a hat-trick. Harrison, James and Bamford all scoring in a 6-0 drubbing, which, to be fair, it was quite close. Arsenal have a majority of the possession, but they just don't know what to do with it. Wow, that is 6-0. Wow. The scores don't stop there either. Bournemouth come to Ellen Road and get smashed as well. Bamford with 4 goals. Harrison, Winks and Rodrigo as well. I mean, 7-0. But we do fall to earth later on in the season where we go to Bournemouth and get beat 4-2. I wonder if they thought it was going to happen again. We were 2-0 up in this game as well by looks of things, and then we just crumbled. We do have a handsome 2-0 win later on in the season in April. A 2-0 win over Chelsea. Bamford and Harrison both scoring, so we are getting good. I mean, we are having a lot of shots on goal, which is what we expect to see, especially with 2 inside forwards playing attacking football. That's it. I was a bit reserved when we did this formation, but at the moment with the players we have, it seems to have worked. The FA Cup, unfortunately, we bow out away at Coventry 1-0. Only in the, I think that's 4th round, I think it is. I mean, that's disappointing. We did have a lot of possession, 63%. A lot of passes as well, 620 attempted, but 22 shots to 7, and we can't score a goal. But the Carabao Cup, though, we do lose at the quarter-final stage, 4-2 to Chelsea. We've had a good run in the league. 2 late goals from Daniel James, though, 81st and 84th minute. It just wasn't enough. I think it was too late, I think, towards the end. But 4-0 down after the hour. The game seems to have been lost by then, obviously. But we did stay in the game as long as possible, though, I guess. But yeah, I bet we scared them a little bit with 2 goals in the last few minutes, though. So looking at the squad then, let's have a look at goals. So Bamford, 30 goals. Sinisterra with 19. 19 for Jack Harrison as well. Rodrigo with 12. Dan James with 8. Klitsch, Rocker, Winks gets in on there with a couple as well. Geldart as well. He came on as sub a few times. We're going to start playing him, I think, a bit more as well. I think we'll have him in next season up front. At 20 years old, he's got a very, very bright future. But 1 goal, 2 assists in 5 games coming on as sub. It's not too bad. Assist-wise, Harrison, Sinisterra as well, and Rodrigo all in double figures. Rodrigo, 31 years old now. We are going to have to think about looking for a replacement, but he has still got 2 years left on his contract, so we'll see what happens in the window if anybody comes for him. And goalkeeper Meslier as well, how did he fare? Let's have a quick look. 10 clean sheets, 52 goals conceded, 12 clean sheets overall, 59 and 44. It's not too bad. It's not brilliant, but it's not too bad. You do need a good goalkeeper. Did Casilla play, actually? Let's have a quick look. No, he didn't. Okay, what are they going to give us this? Wow. Well, okay, we are £41 million to spend. We are slightly over the wage budget currently, so that could be reduced a little bit, I think, unless we decide to let go of a few players at the same time. But we'll see what happens come the window. And we'll be right back with some of the changes on transfers that we may have brought in and sold. To start off our summer spending spree, we went and brought in Ruben Vargas, a 24-year-old who can play on either side of the wings. He's got pretty good potential as well. He's quite quick. He can pass the ball. He can cross the ball. He can do virtually everything. And he's still grown. At 24 years old, he seems pretty good. From Augsburg in Germany, he had a not too bad season last season, but hopefully he'll tear up like Dan James does here in the Premiership. But £13 million, I thought that was quite a bargain. We'll just have to see how he develops. Another position where we strengthened was at the back. We bring in Abdul Mumin. He's 6'2". He can jump. He's very physical. He's got very good pace as well. So even how tall he is, he can race back if need be to cover himself. He likes to play as cover, but we're not going to be playing as cover, I don't think. 24 years old. He can grow into... I think we could probably get an upgrade. At the moment, we've got Lorente. Mumin's going to play ahead of him. We're not quite sure what's going to happen. We'll see what happens this season with him, but we may end up going one more next season for a bigger upgrade, I feel. But somebody... At the minute, could be a very, very good backup in the future. We pick him up for £6.5 million from Portugal at VTSC. We also bring in Ludkovic Blas in the centre. He can play right wing, cam and middle. Mainly for the middle of the park. We are slightly lacking there to play alongside Harry Winks. I think he'll be quite a good addition. He can play up there as well if need be. If Rodrigo doesn't want to play there anymore. We'll see how that goes. But Rodriguez has got a couple of years left in him. But Blas comes in, 24 years old. You can see a theme here. We're getting youngsters in here that at just the beginning of their careers, so to speak. Very good passing though, so that's what drew me in here. And he can play as an advanced playmaker, but I'd rather have him playing it there, though, to be perfectly honest. £13.5 million from Nantes. Very good season last season, and he's having an outstanding one already this season. Final signing, Ayrton Lucas, left back. He can play midfield as well, or wing back, but we got him playing as a complete wing back at the left back role. Very quick. I mean, look at them physicals. They look absolutely outstanding. And he's 25 years old. We have got a couple of other players. I think Firpo, I think he's one of them. He can play there, but again, same age. But I think Lucas is slightly better. £7 million from Spartak Moscow. And he's only just signed. So literally almost on deadline day he signed. So he will be making his debut in the next game. But very good last few seasons, despite how many games he's played. Tactically, we're going to be lining up like this. Vargas is going to go on the left-hand side. Harrison on the right-hand side. Rodrigo, hopefully, in there. Geldart, we're going to have up front. He's going to be starting for us. And 2 goals in 4 games. That's a good start. Sturrock is going to be playing alongside Moomin and Lucas on the left-hand side. We're going to make sure we're getting these players in here as well. Pre-season has gone absolutely phenomenally. I can't argue with that. We literally destroyed everybody in our path, including Braga and PSV. Brighton, we start off with a 2-0 victory. Wolves, a disappointing 0-0, but we didn't concede a goal. Arsenal will lose 2-0 as opposed to the 6-0 thrashing we gave them at the start of last season. And then Liverpool, a nice 3-1 victory, with Blas, Geldar and Rodrigo scoring the goals. That does leave us 8th in the table, 7 points, 5 points behind the leaders. We're just off on goal difference into European places. We do pick up Villarreal, SG and Slavan Bratislava in the Europa League. And where does that leave us in the preview? Have we get... Wow, okay, we're into the top 10 now. Still 200 to 1, but we're into the top 10. We're getting closer to the top 6. Only £876 million spent in the window, mind. So everybody's been rather reserved this time round. Biggest fee being paid by Tottenham for Valverde from Real Madrid, with Chelsea close behind on 62 for Zinola from Roma, and Man City getting Sabitzer from Bayern Munich for 54. With that in mind, let's go and simulate season 2, and we will be straight back. Right then, season 2, we pick up another top 7 finish, and by all of accounts, we are in the Champions League, so that must mean we've won a competition. So we'll go through all them results in just a second, but 17 wins, 12 draws, 9 losses. A lot better than last season, not with the wins, but drawing an awful lot of games again though. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, United and Arsenal all finish above. It's going to take some doing to finish above them lot. And Tottenham finished in 13th position. So once more against the top 6, we still struggle. Man City smashes 5-0 at the Manchester Stadium. Haaland netting a brace, Silva, Grealish and Rodri. I mean, they're just a phenomenal side, aren't they, really? Man City, it's just crazy. I mean, 37 shots. Wow. We do pick up a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford, though, with Dan James scoring getting us in front before Bruno Fernandes does score the equaliser. We do have a sound victory over Chelsea, though, later on in the season in late January. 3-2 with Dan James once again getting the all-important goal, the third one. We were 3-1 up in this game, I think we were. I mean, that's some testament to our lads. Again, we were being overshot, though, by Chelsea, and it's something we do have to address going into the next season. However, Man United do come to our ground, and we do hit them. Dan James, once again, scoring another goal. Once again, look at the shots, 7-12. It's not good. The FA Cup, we only reached the 4th round. We get beat by Newcastle, Rodon and Zapata both scoring. Geldar getting a late consolation for us, but it's, again, too little, too late. But looking at stats, there's a real issue, and it's a reoccurring problem. We get to the Carabao Cup semi-final, though, but we lose in extra time to Man United, despite 2-1 up, until Rashford equalised and then Barbosa scoring in extra time 3 minutes from the end. We do muster 20 shots on goal, though, but we still concede 30. The Europa League, we do finish top of the group stage, losing 2 games to Villarreal, actually, who bow down into the Euro 2, I think. Frankfurt we beat twice, 3-2 and 2-0, and Slavan Bratislava 5-0 and 3-0. So that's quite, it's a lot better. 5 goals against, 14-4, top of the table. We do get it on goal difference, I'd like to say, but I'm guessing it's head-to-head. Played Copenhagen in the second knockout round. It was just 1 leg, and that was a nice 2-0 victory. And for a change, we did have more shots than Copenhagen. The quarterfinals, we were 2-0 down after the first leg against Antwerp, but we do come strong in the second leg at home. 4-0 winning. Harrison, James, Sinestra and Blas scoring as well. Nice. And was that that looks like it was an extra time as well, 105th and 116th minute. The semi-final, we play Inter. We had to overturn a 1-0 deficit, but again, our home form is absolutely superb. 2-0 Gelhardt and Harrison both scoring, the 2 youngsters. But I'm quite happy with that. I mean, we're still using this attacking formation. It's working in Europe. So that booked our place in the final against Arsenal as well, against a team that we seem to struggle against. But it is Gelhardt with the goal after 40 minutes. And that proved to be the all-important goal. And again, outshot against a Premiership outfit. But we do win a European trophy. And that booked us our place into the Champions League next season. So we struggled with goals this season, and Gelhardt with 25 goals, which isn't too bad at all for the youngster. Jack Harrison with 12 and 15 assists, mind. That is superb as well. 9 goals from Vargas in his first season, which isn't too bad, with 5 assists. I'd like to have seen a little bit more than that. Dan James getting 9 goals even. 8 for Klitsch as well. Sinisterra with 5. So looking at the assists, Jack Harrison with 15, Ayrton Lucas with 13, Blas with 11, and new signings, and Vargas along there as well, getting 9 goals and 5 assists. But yeah, Dallas with 4 assists. And not much happening really. We just need to consolidate our team a little bit better, I feel. Maybe a change of formation might be needed. We're conceding goals or just not scoring enough like we did in the first season. But we were in Europe, and that obviously made a big difference. Finances this season, they're going to be giving us £50 million to spend. So one of a few signings then to help us on our way in this summer window, Josip Brecalo. He's coming in as a winger. I'm not sure which side he's actually going to be playing on, but we'll find out eventually. But very quick, he's good at dribbling as well, and he just looks very nice all-around performer. Quite a good season last season with Wolfsburg, a 7.01, 4 assists, 1 goal. He's already got a goal for us this season in 3 games, so he's going to beat that target, I'm reckoning. He had a good first season proper with Wolfsburg when they bought him for £650,000, and they make a tidy sum, £9.5 million it's cost us to bring him to the Premier League. Spend a little bit of money on a left back. Defence needed a little bit of polishing up, and wow, Fabinho Parisi, what can I say? I'm just in awe of this chap. His physicals look really good, and on top of that, he can cross, he can dribble, he's got good passing as well, he's determined. I mean, he's just superb. But £20 million from Empoli, who again make another tidy profit to bring a player into the Premier League. Finally, a centre-back. Last signing, he was only a stopgap really until we could find somebody better, and I think we may have found that somebody better. R38. Wow, what can I say? Again, physically looks really good. Anticipation, determination looks even better. He can head the ball, he can jump as well. I mean, what more can you ask from a defender really? £25 million from Ostend, who had him on a free. Looks like he was at Rennes as well, so I'm not quite sure whether Rennes had him on loan, but I just don't know. There seems to be something missing here. He may have gone to Ostend to Rennes, or Ostend turned into Rennes. I don't know. We did spend quite a bit on him. We just needed somebody solid at the back. Results has been off and on this season. I think the formation of the 4-2-3-1 may have to change. But we're going to give it another go this season. And the pre-season, like I say, was a bit iffy. A few draws, wins again. We did play Real Madrid in the Euro Super Cup, and we lost that on penalties, with Dallas missing the important penalty there. Unfortunately, Vargas, Gelhardt, Winks and Blas all scoring. We start our campaign against Bournemouth. We win that 4-1. Middlesbrough 0-0, and then Chelsea we lose 1-0. We are lying in 11th position, 4 points. We're only 3 points off the leaders Chelsea, in fact, who are 2 wins and a draw, but really a point off a European place, and that's Brighton holding that last spot at the moment. Champions League, we have drawn Barcelona, Shakhtar and Fenerbahce. Season preview sees us climb a little bit further, 50-1 now to win the league. In 9th position, we're going to see how much of a handicap being in Europe really is, because the Champions League is going to be a little bit more tougher. Just under £1 billion spent in the transfer market. Arsenal getting Ibanez from Roma for £53 million, and Verratti's gone to Liverpool for 45 million. United have got Hernandez for 51 million, and Newcastle has been spending big as well, getting Mikalenko and Ollie Watkins. Right, let's simulate Season 3 and see where that takes us. Once more, we don't seem to disappoint. We're into the top 7 once more and the 6th place again. 58 points this time, not as much as last time, but 14 losses. We've increased that a little bit. 59 goals, 53 against. We're not scoring enough like we did in the first season. So maybe a new striker is expected now. We'll have to have a look. We did have a fairly good start to the season. We beat Man City at home. And 3-1. Dan James, Dallas and Brecalo all scoring with a late goal from Ruben Diaz. We keep beating some of the top teams and Liverpool was no exception. Harrison with a brace. And look at them stats. More goal attempts being made than the opposition. We do, however, get smashed by United at home, though, so our home form wasn't going to plan. Arsenal was a close call, though. We only lost 3-2. We were, I think it was 2-1 down. It was very close either way in the 3 goals in the 40th minutes. I think that's, 3 and 5 minutes there from 1-0 down to 2-2, and then a late goal on the hour from Jesus. Giving Arsenal the win. We do, however, get thumped by Liverpool at Anfield. Salah, Jota and Keita all scoring. Kind of outplayed in this one, I feel. And Man City do get their own back on us, typically. We did have half their shots attempts, but 5-1. They kind of ripped into us a little bit. The FA Cup, we only got as far as the 5th round, losing 3-0 away at Newcastle. Just seems to be very elusive, this competition. And that's unexpected. We're losing the 3rd round on penalties to Bristol City. I don't think that would have gone down well with the board. The Champions League, we did finish 2nd in the group. I probably would have taken that right at the very start. With losing 2 games to Barcelona and Shakhtar, drawing with Fenerbahce and Barcelona, which is not a bad result, but beating Fenerbahce and Shakhtar, quite confusing, but 2-2-2, 8 goals for, 8 against. It's not bad, but we're through to the next round, which didn't last very long at all. We get pushed out into the Europa League, I'm guessing. We lose to Real Madrid 4-3, even though drawing 3-3 away from home. Just the 1-0 defeat in the first leg at home was our undoing. So it happens we didn't go into the Europa League. We just got knocked out of Europe altogether to Real Madrid. So that's unfortunate, but we did get quite far. So looking at our squad then, let's have a quick look. 14 goals for Harrison, 13 for James, Brecalo with 11, 10 for Blasso. There's a lot more goals being scored throughout the whole team. But any of our strikers scoring goals then? Rodrigo didn't really play. Greenwood, nothing really for the 22-year-old. Bamford, not really. Did we not have anybody playing up front? It looks like it got shared back by quite a lot of players. Gelhardt only playing 10, 3 goals. I mean, it is disappointing, our forward line. I don't think we have got a forward line, and that's a concern. Nobody's really established themselves there. We would have thought Gelhardt would have done that, but he hasn't. So we're going to have to go striker hunting in the summer to get somebody who's going to score goals for us. But assist-wise, 10 for Brecalo, 7 for Harrison, Darius 7 as well, Vargas 6, Parisi not bad for his first season, 5 at left back, and Rocker in the centre. T8 with his first season gets an assist, and alongside Sturrock as well, 2 goals and an assist. Moving on to the finances, they're going to be giving us £65 million for the 4th season. We need a striker. That is abundantly obvious. We'll start off with a couple of outs, and Arthur Teat has gone. We tried ever so hard to try and keep him, but it was PSG who came in for him, and they just paid his release clause. We couldn't do anything. We rejected as much as we could, and then the board stepped in and said, look, sorry, it meets the release clause. We got to let him go. Ironically, Newcastle as well came in for him, but I'm glad he's gone to PSG. However, I would have preferred to keep him, which meant we had to go hunting for another defender. One more out the door is Patrick Bamford. He's gone. He had no place here. 30 years old now. He wasn't really getting much game time with Gelhardt as well, and then looking for a new striker. He still looks very, very good stats-wise. 16 finishing looks ever so good, but really not much game time. 5 last season, 4 the season before. we didn't really use him, so I didn't think it was fair to keep him. So with all the transfers, Eddie Nketiah, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's like one name really I can't really pronounce. But even so, he's our striker. He's our number one striker at the minute. And you can see down here on the left-hand side, 2 goals in 3 games. He looks pretty good. I think probably I'm not sure if he's better than Bamford. Quite possibly Bamford in the orange. He's quicker. And I think finishing and attacking really is slightly better as well. So, but even so, 3 goals. 3 games, 2 goals so far and an assist. But I'm very happy to bring him in. And how much did we say? £18 million it's cost us to bring him. He was on loan previously from Arsenal. And we've decided, well, let's bite the bullet. Let's bring him in. We need a striker. And there wasn't any available out there that wanted to come to the club. So we're going to have to bring in a player that we used to have and make him a superstar. We go big on spenders. Mikhail Damsgaard comes in as a cam roll. He looks absolutely phenomenal at only 24 years old as well. He's got 5-year contract on 115 grand a week. That'll do nicely, thank you very much. He's a winger. He can, well, like I say, he's playing in the cam role for us. We need him to carry that ball forward with passing of 15, dribbling of 16. He's got flair. He's got great off the ball sensors as well. Acceleration, agility, his physicals look really nice. And fitness 15. He's going to do an awful lot of running around. We spend £45 million from Sampdoria. And as you can see, 4 goals in 3 games. He's doing wonders for us. And that's exactly the type of person, I think, to replace Rodrigo as well. And a final signing, because we lost Teed, we had to get in another defender. 24-year-old defender. I think he's got a release clause of around about £65 million. I'm not happy about the release clause, but there's nothing we could have done about it. But again, he looks really good. He scored a goal for us already in the 3 games he's already played. Mentals look really good. He can jump sort of with 14. He can head the ball though. That's all I'm interested in. And he's quick. So he's going to be able to recover very, very quickly at the back. With him playing alongside Jurek, it's going to be quite the partnership, I can tell you. But we spend a whopping £54 million, which is an awful lot. But you got to pay if you want these top defenders in your team. And with probably 1 more season to go in this rebuild, we want to start winning more trophies. And with just the Europa League won, we need more. So £117 million spent overall, which is quite a lot considering we only had about 50, 60 to start off with. But with the sale of Teet as well, that kind of helped the balance the books a little bit. And needless to say, our pre-season has gone superbly. Kiev got battered 4-0. I think we went to Singapore, I think it was. We battered them, Cricket Club, 11-0. Police SA, 10-1 as well. And then we played Malaga. Juventus even got beat, so I'm quite happy with the way the results have been going. Then we start off against Newcastle with a 2-2, considering we were 2-1 up. Disappointing that we conceded in the 91st minute. And then we beat Aston Villa 4-1 with Damsgaard netting a hat-trick. And then Crystal Palace 5-0 with Nketiah and Damsgaard on the score sheets again, alongside Rocker and Dan James. The Premiership looks like this. We're top of the table. We play Arsenal next, but we are second in the table behind Arsenal. Just 2 points in it. Nice to be in the top half or the top 7 as opposed to being outside it. The Europa League, we draw Kiev, Astana and PAOK as well. 8th now, so we're creeping forward. So probably 1 more season and we should be where we want to be, and that's in the top 7. Just when you think we were some of the top spenders, PSG take Nunez off Liverpool for £65 million as well. Wow. They have done an awful lot. 41 for Teet they paid. And Milan have taken Tielemans off Leicester for 55. United take Curtis Jones from PSG for 52. And Newcastle spending again. This time Demiral and Karsdorp from Atlanta and Roma respectively. Right, let's simulate Season 4. And we'll be back for the results. Season 4 comes to a close and we hit 5th spot once again. It's a good position to be in. We are in the Champions League. I don't think 5th spot warrants getting a Champions League spot, which probably means we have won ourselves another competition. It remains to be seen. But 19 wins, half the games played. So that's not too bad. 72 goals scored this time. It's a massive improvement from the past couple of seasons as well. Still conceding goals, but a goal difference of 21 with 67 points, which is probably our most in this save so far. But look at Eddie Nketiah, third highest goal scorer in the league behind Haaland and Sesko as well. I mean, 24 goals, that's not bad for his first season with the team. And Damsgaard, damn! Most assists in the league and most chances created in the league. And Perez gets the most interceptions made out of our team in the league. That's cool. That is really good. Not bad in the first season, which means we are picking up quality players. The league did see us get thumped by Man United at Old Trafford. I mean, it seems to be reoccurring. We just can't seem to get into that top four. And with teams like Man United, City, Liverpool, we've got to beat them. We have to. But 5-2 thumping. Not long after we get thumped 5-0 at home by Liverpool. Salah with 4 goals. Wow. Yeah. Okay, enough said about that one. We get thumped by Man City at home as well. Okay, things aren't going too well at the first half of the season, is it really? 6 shots we mustered against Man City at home. But we do start our recovery in February. Obviously, a lot of other teams buying new players in, bedding them in as well. But a 2-1 away win at Aston Villa sparks off somewhat of a recovery and an attempt to get into the top 7 in Europeans place. We thumped Brighton along the way, 4-1 at home. Obviously, getting our home form back finally. And Nketiah, Perez scoring, Sinisterra as well. And Dan James, still hanging around, Dan James. I think he's only 26, 27, so he's still got some time left in him. Towards the end of the season, we ended up playing Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City. I mean, it was a bad run of games, but a 4-0 win at home to Chelsea. I'll take that all day long, thank you. We follow that up with a 3-0 away win at Anfield. And Nketiah with 2 goals and Harrison with the other one. They didn't have an answer for us. They threw everything at us. And we stayed strong. We really did. I'm really pleased with that result. If that's the sort of results that happen when we're like that, then I'll take it. The FA Cup, though, we lost 4-0. And Man City beating us. Again, Man City are just far too good. We just can't deal with them. The Carabao Cup, we managed to get to the semi-final, losing 2-1 in the away leg after a 1-1 draw. Disappointing. And yeah, it's the Carabao Cup. We will get to a domestic final at some point. It's on the cards, but we're getting closer. The group stage in the Europa League sees us top the group with just the 1 loss, and that was against PAOK. 4-1 beating away from home. Ouch. We only conceded 6 goals, and 5 of them was against PAOK, 4 in that one game. We only scored 7 goals, though, so which suggests the games were very tight. Kiev 2-0, 1-0, PAOK 2-1. And drawn 1-1 and 0-0. That's not an awful lot of goals in this group. We would have expected to score a few more than that, though. We played Atalanta in the second knockout round. And after a 1-0 slim lead from the first leg away from home, we draw 1-1 at home. A goal in the 24th minute meant squeaky bum on seats time, but we managed to scrape through. The same goes for Bayern Leverkusen. We did have a 2-1 away lead. And again, Nketiah scores in the 46th minute just before the half time to put us back ahead. And we hang on just. Although saying that, 23 shots to their 2. We play Everton in the semi-final. And we win that 3-1 on aggregate. A 2-0 first leg lead helped us along the way. And Aronson making sure of the deal with keeping us unbeaten on the tie. And a 1-1 draw in the end. But very, very close. Could have gone either way, that one. And who do we play in the final? No other than Chelsea. Our old chums Chelsea, who we thumped 4-0 just before the end of the season. We raced to a 2-0 lead through Nketiah and Aronson before Chelsea decide that they want to play and stay in the tie. But very, very close all the same. We go on to win it on penalties. But it's a nice finish by Aronson there in the box, right in the corner. But a 2-0 lead on the 39th minute. But then it all fell apart in the second half, unbelievably. But to get to another final, another European final, which means by winning it, we do go on to the Champions League next season. We seem to like the Europa League. If we can get a bit further in the Champions League, that would help us incredibly, at least financially. And hopefully, with us being in the Champions League next season, we will go on to have a... we're going to see penalties as well. Okay, Lukaku scoring the first one. Winks with the second. Lovely finishes, though. Pair of them. Reece James as well. I mean, lots of penalties being taken here. I mean, not sure what the penalty count is. But Tar puts it in the back of the net as well. We're not quite sure what the penalty shootout was in the end. Oh, there's a penalty. Mendy, the goalkeeper. It got through to the goalkeepers. So does that suggest like a 10-9, 11-10? That's mad. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All 11 penalties were scored on our part. That is phenomenal. 11-10 with Mendy missing the all-important one. We'll take that. I don't mind either way. But we kind of outplayed them a little bit. 50-50 possession-wise. Chelsea did hit the woodwork, but a nice win all the same. So squad-wise, 33 goal Nketiah. That's what happens when you have a proven striker. He comes back to the club and then puts in 33 goals in 57 games. Fantastic. And look at Damsgaard. That's what you pay monies for. 14 goals, 18 assists. Fantastic. And Jack Harrison, obviously getting the vibes from Damsgaard. 13 goals, 12 assists. That's phenomenal. Brecalo, Blas, James, all scoring goals. I mean, it's up to almost 2/3 of the team there. Assist-wise, Damsgaard, Harrison and Nketiah as well, getting double figures in assists as well. So he's been involved in 44 goals this season. Bank of Leeds have decided they're not going to give us as much money this season. £38 million to play with. We've got double that in the bank. Excuse me, Mr. Board. Actually, we want to make a board request. Finance, can we increase... Oh, that's next season's budget. Actually, that might... Let's try it. It might mean for this one. They'll let us know. Right, okay. Let's move on to the transfers and see what we've done. Just the one signing this season, and we've gone for a midfielder. He can play attacking, but we're going to dump him in the centre. He's going to be playing as a DLP, I think it is, or an advanced playmaker. Mohamed Kudus comes to the team. Look at these amazing attributes. They look apps. I mean, his physicals alone are just enough to draw at. He can't jump, mine, but that doesn't matter. Great passing. He's got a good technique, and he's got great dribbling. His mentals look really good as well. He's scored a goal for us already, and we pick him up for a measly £37 million from Ajax. Ajax only paid 8 million for him, mind, but we paid 37, and actually it might be more than that. No, 37 dead. Okay, that's quite impressive. I thought it might have been a little bit more than that, but we had spent up our entire budget on this one signing. We needed another midfielder. We only have really two with Winks and Blas. And Dallas can play there as well, but we wanted somebody who's recognised there. And we're pushing more up front. We're getting more shots on goal. And as you've seen last season with Damsgaard, with his goals and assists, we want more of that. And Kudus should be able to cement himself in that middle and calm things down a little bit and stop the ball going through the midfield. We're going to start off with the Euro Super Cup. We played Man City, who obviously won the Champions League. And Sturridge with a fantastic goal there. And we win this game 2-0. We beat Man City in a final or in a cup game 2-0. And it's another European trophy for us. Nketiah with another fantastic goal. There's of course for offside there. It's not going to be given. We didn't outplay them, mind. We did have a lot of possession. But Man City just wasted a lot of opportunities. So that kicked our season off to a very good start with wins over Chelsea, Liverpool and Burnley. Ironically enough, we didn't concede any goals against Chelsea and Liverpool. It was Burnley who we conceded against. So that's quite annoying. But our pre-season was great. 2-1 against Salzburg. Siglap, 9-0 there with Harrison netting a hat-trick. Jolly lads. Arsenal, 4-0. Pity it's not the real Arsenal. But Valencia and Bayern Leverkusen also beaten. The league sees us top of the table for the first time in this rebuild altogether. 3 from 3. The Champions League sees us pit our wits against Roma, Atletico Madrid and Wolfsburg. And the pre-season, the odds have come down. We're still 8th like we were last season, but we're at 33-1. And we still haven't got a player. I think this is the first rebuild where we have not had a player in the Dream 11 at all. So this is going to be some season. If we have a look at the top fees paid, £113 million for Havertz from Chelsea to PSG. What on earth are they? And look at Man United as well. Gamaka from West Ham, 99 million. Newcastle pay 66 for Jared Bowen. And then United spend a further 100 million on Kang-in Lee and Lozano. What on earth is going... I mean, the teams have been spending big this season, all of them. Chelsea included. They pick up 3 for about 120 million. With Sula. I mean, Sula will be a very, very good buy at the back of the back four. And Spagenberg and Baraba. Wow, okay. And Newcastle pick up Sergio Gomez from PSG. We got our work cut out. £1.3 billion spent in the window. So for the final time, let's simulate the final season. And we'll be straight back with hopefully some more trophies. Right then, for the final season, we finished 5th. So we've managed to get up to 5th spot. Well, not out of the top 6 for the past 5 seasons. That's really, really good. And we produce our best performance until the final season. 21 wins, 10 draws, only 7 losses. 68 goals scored, 42 against, 73 points. That's easily our most points, or 6 more than last time. So that's pretty decent. It's disappointing that we don't get any of our players actually on the in the top 3 for anything. So I'm quite disappointed by that. Just checking on goals, and Nketiah was 4th highest goal scorer with 23 in the season. Some of our best performances: Leicester, one of them, 3-0 away from home. Nketiah with a hat trick. 2 goals coming in the last, well, say 6 minutes, but it's a 94th minute, that one, the third one. 7 on target out of 11. I think we're a little bit more deadly and not wasteful. We still struggle against the top teams. Man City, although we didn't get thrashed this time, it was 1-0. However, we do get a few more shots than we normally do down at the Manchester Stadium, but we're still way behind levels. But again, Haaland, he didn't score, so we kept him out, so that's an improvement. And then the following game, we go to Anfield and we win 2-1. It just doesn't make sense. Liverpool have been one of them teams where it's been a hit and a miss against them, really. We almost outshot them as well, so which is pretty good. Possession-wise, pretty level. And we do pull off about 700 plus attempted passes, but 90% pass completion. That's impressive. Finally, we do beat Manchester United at home. And Nketiah with a brace, Bracalo with a goal as well. Pass completion, 89% level with Man United as well. So we're going toe-to-toe with the bigger clubs towards the end of the season. And I think this was a pretty good game. 37,000. We need a bigger stadium, I feel. Teams where we normally slip up. West Ham. We beat them 1-0. Again, under the cosh quite a bit. We had a lot of possession this time. Again, 700 plus attempted passes, 90% pass completion. It's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Passing-wise, we're a pretty good team. And that's a welcome sight. I mean, our away form this season has been a lot better. A 3-1 win away in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We were outshot, that's for sure. Again, our pass completion was 89%. 10 shots to their 24. Again, we were a lot more deadly. 60% on target as opposed to 50% on Tottenham's, but that is pretty decent there. A 3-1 away win at Tottenham, last game of the season. I think that helped us gain 5th spot from Leicester, I believe. We do, however, reach the FA Cup final. It went to penalties, and we won. We went ahead through Harrison in as early as the 14th minute. Arsenal shocked to the core. Arsenal have been one of them teams where we really struggled against all along this rebuild. We've either thrashed them or we got thrashed, and we did pretty well. Arsenal getting back in the game here through Jesus on the 19th minute, and they go ahead in the 56th minute as well. Martinelli racing through and just putting the ball across, and Calvert-Lewin, who they just bought a couple of seasons ago for mega money, putting them 2-1 up. But we do get an equaliser though, which was quite nice. And it's a good job as well. It would be disappointing. Great header by Nketiah there. It would have been disappointed if we didn't go on to win. And Saka missing the vital penalty. A cracking save by our goalkeeper. Wonderful stuff. So the game goes to penalties. And we do win that with Saka missing the all-important penalty there. But a 2-2 from 2-1 down. Getting the goal back and winning it again. Another penalty shootout won. So an FA Cup, finally a domestic trophy, has been brought to Ellen Road. The rest of the scores, if you want to have a look: 6-0 against Huddersfield. We do beat Chelsea along the way. West Ham 3-2. Man City 2-1. So we didn't have it easy. The semi-final wasn't too bad, a 3-0 win over Bournemouth. The Carabao Cup ended in a 2-1 loss at the quarter-final stage to Man United, of course. We didn't really have an answer, although we did keep up with them. At 88% pass completion to United's 91. That plays a massive part, I feel, of this season, the passing. The Champions League did see us qualify for the next round behind Atletico Madrid. Wolfsburg, Roma go out, but we do lose to Wolfsburg and Atletico. We draw with Atletico, and then obviously we beat Roma twice, which helped us, and Wolfsburg as well. But 10 points, 2 points behind Atletico was enough to see us through to the next round, of which we played Bayern Munich, and they panned us 0-0 at home and 3-0 away. I don't think we were ever in the races for this one, although saying that, we did have 86 pass completion, but 94 Bayern Munich, 818 passes made. I mean, that's double ours, and I thought 86% was reasonable. But again, it's the passes that's winning games here. So we do have the European Super Cup and the FA Cup to brag about this season, and a 5th place finish. Let's have a look at the players and see how well they did. 40 goals for Nketiah as well, and that's something we haven't had for the first few seasons. And since he's been in, he has been scoring goals. 30 plus last season, 40 this season with 5 assists. So he's not assisting as many as he did last season. He's just banging them in instead, which is all you can ask. 21 goals from Jack Harrison as well. That is phenomenal. Damsgaard, not as many goals this season, but he does get 14 assists. Dan James still hanging around, still doing his thing. 28 years old now, Dan James. Wow. Blast getting on the score sheets as well with Kudus as well. Not bad in his first season, 6 and 9. Assist-wise, Damsgaard, Bricalo, Harrison, Dallas, and Parisi as well. Parisi with 10 assists from left-back position. That is fantastic. Harry Winks, now 30. We'll start to look to move him along, although saying that, he has got a few years, well, maybe a year left on his contract, maybe. Superb morale. He likes playing here, and he's done well for us. Just have a look at the pass completion then for this season. We were actually in 11th position, 89% overall pass completion. I mean, that's not an awful lot considering where we are, but it's still very, very high. 92% from Liverpool, and Chelsea as well, hitting 90, same with Wolves and Bournemouth. But the pass completion, surprisingly, 9th position, 23,266. So you can see we're quite a way off from the teams above us. Staffing wise, they have been getting better and better. The coaching staff is looking quite good from where we were at the beginning of the rebuild. They were ran about quarter of the way up, so that's an improvement. We hardly had any recruiting staff because we were all rubbish. Now they're starting to hire a lot better scouting and recruitment staff, and even the medical staff are looking pretty good as well. So that's where we're going to leave this rebuild for this week. If you watched this far, thank you very much for watching. Smash a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so already. And if you have any other rebuild ideas that you would like to see in the future, then please drop a comment down in the comment section, and we'll see you next time for the next rebuild. Thank you very much for watching.